Welcome back. Now, on Thursdays, we talk tech. And no matter what age you are presently, somehow, in some way, you are involved in technology, with technology. Technology is in your environment. And at this point, we're trying to find ways to make sure people don't feel too overwhelmed. So today, we're talking about digital inclusion. Debo Omololu is here. He's an entrepreneur with 2 decades of experience in business development, market research, and venture capital. He's done quite a bit in his day to make sure that his world encompasses this particular space, and he's here to share his experience with us. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so when I hear digital, I'm not saying digital calculator now, and then I hear inclusion, I know that it has to do with, bringing people together, making people feel involved. But I need you to break it down as much as you can so that people learning can gather a thing or two.
Yeah, so when we say digital inclusion, it does sound like a big word.
Yeah.
But what it really is saying is that how can we get people to enter into the digital space? Okay. And that really is what my company, GFA Technologies, is really trying to do. Okay. If I may, let me take a step back.
Go ahead.
The most important resource in Nigeria is not oil, it's not gold, it's none of those material things, even though we're blessed with many of those deposits. Sure. Our most important resource is our people. It's us. And so, if you think about it, in Nigeria, we're estimated to be about 220 million people. Even though network providers, the telcos, for example, now have masts covering most of Nigeria, sure, only a small percentage of people actually have access to the internet.
And it's surprising for people that are almost always online to believe that there's a large percentage of people that do not use the internet. It's baffling to some people. But which areas are most prone to not be really included in this digital age yet?
So if you think about it, just based on data from various sources, I mentioned that, we have 220 million people.
Yeah.
But the smartphones in Nigeria only cover roughly about 30% of our population.
Wow.
So 70% of our people don't actually use phones that have internet access.
Amazing.
So a lot of your service providers, so whether it is the maid in the house or your driver or your electrician or your plumber, and many other people would use mobile phones that all they can do is to make calls, or even to either make calls or send text messages. The local parlance for many of these phones is balasa, right? Meaning there's no internet access. Yeah. So the problem is you have many people who have devices that cannot access the internet. And so a lot of these people are, you would say, digitally excluded. Now,
so inclusion of these people, is it really, they seem to be doing okay. They seem to be doing well. They seem to be happy with the, as you called it, balasa that they're using. They can go to work, they can come back, they can connect with their families. What more do they need? Why is it so important to include them now?
So I'd like to use a specific example. Okay. So just yesterday, we interviewed a barber who were trying to digitally transform using our software platform called DIMP or DIMP.
Okay.
And so what were we trying to do? So for him, he owns a barber shop. His barber shop, he has 3 chairs. Okay. Now, he has 3 chairs and all. So when people want to cut their hair, what happens? They walk into his barber shop and all. So he earns a certain amount on a monthly basis, roughly about 300,000 naira for this particular barber. He earns about 300,000 naira a month. Now, which is not bad if you consider that.
It's not bad.
If you consider that certain people that even go to the offices don't earn as much. But here's the thing. What we're doing, what we have done, is to set him up and give him a website using the DIMP platform, because the DIMP platform is easy, simple for you to literally create a website. Okay. We created a website, and then we added a booking platform for people to actually reserve his time and date and everything where he's coming to. his income moved from 300,000 to 1.2 million naira within 1 month.
Because of the booking? Because
Correct.
he was able to schedule his clients?
He could schedule his clients. People could pay in advance of when they would actually come to his shop. Okay. So if you think about it, what that digital inclusion, just that fancy word has done, leveraging our platform, is to quadruple his income.
Interesting.
Now, I started by saying that the most important resource that we have is our people. So imagine that we could quadruple the income of every single service provider, for example, in Nigeria. We would potentially triple, quadruple our GDP and improve the velocity of money.
Okay, so when you did mention websites, you said your platform, it did start to sound a bit more technical than I would introduce my barber to.
Yeah.
Or my hairdresser to a certain extent. Are you putting together training workshops for people to get to know how to use it properly? Where is the literacy going to come into play here? The literacy of that same demographic going to come into play?
We like to say small business, big tech. Okay. So essentially out there, typically, a lot of the technology that you have is focused on big companies, enterprise companies. The way we've done it is to make the technology suitable for small businesses, like easy drag, drop, and you can create things very, very easily. All right. So that's kind of like how we've created it, so that, you know, anyone literally can use that. Okay,
all right. Now, I know that I'm not sure if tablets are as popular as they were back in the day, except for with kids. If you have a tablet, I guess, that has access to the internet, you can manage your bookings. But can we find another use case for inclusion? Just something very brief. We have about a minute left.
There are several use cases, but the thing is, you know, something you rightly said, training is key. So, for example, one of the things we've done is to partner with Lagos State for what we call the Lag Up program. Okay. It's called the Lagos Youth Upskill Program, which is currently running. And essentially, the way we've done it is anyone can just go, register, and there are about 140 different skills. So I talked about the barber. It could be a hairdresser. It could be anyone in event services. It could even be the professional services, accountants, lawyers, etc. All these categories of people, even drivers. So one of the people I spoke to a few days ago had a car driving service where people could hire and literally set up his website and everything in like 10 minutes or so.
Amazing, amazing. I have to say thank you to you for coming to talk to us about this particular project, platform, and of course, digital inclusion is important right now. I remember the struggle trying to get my mom to use WhatsApp and then trying to stop her from forwarding all those messages from every single place she got them. But yeah, we are getting there. We are getting there. But with platforms like yours, I think we're going to get there a bit faster. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, then. Now, in the kitchen, the team at Wake Up Nigeria, the producers, have decided to include us in the kitchen activities, you know. And yeah, one of the queens of the kitchen today is Mary Bashwa Alimi. She's put together something special. Would you like to join us?
Yes.
All right, please. Have a taste.
Okay.
There's no
back in the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen once again.
Yes.
Queen Mary.
Not to the wine me, I mean.
Wow. Queen Mary has been hard at work in the kitchen with us today, and she has shown us one of her special dishes that she makes at home, and I would love for you to taste it. Please give us the name one more time.
Yeah, so it's vegetable rice and fish stew, basically.
Vegetable
rice. So fish stew.
Please have a taste.
Okay. You know what they say that before you even eat, how the food looks kind of like fills you up already. So this, it looks yummy already.
All right, I'm glad.
Let's try it with the stew. Yeah.
You now know how the chefs feel whenever.
No, I always tell folks, like, taste different parts of it. What's your take on the stew? I'm particular about the stew.
He's trying to be... Okay.
I was trying to just make sure that the different, palettes were mixing together in my mouth. Sorry. And so, wonderful, tastes very nice, and pretty good. Pretty good.
There's no seasoning cube. There's actually cumin and salt. That's the magic. Yes. There's no seasoning cube.
There we go.
All right. Okay, it's been a very... You know what? A tasty Thursday today.
Spicy
Thursday. A spicy Thursday on Wake Up Nigeria. And we've had a lot of fun, and we are so grateful that you joined us. We're going to be back tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. yet again. Make sure you follow us on social media and, of course, on YouTube. If you missed anything, you can always go back and watch it again.
Yeah.
All right, then, guys.
I want to know your opinion, so let me know what you think of what the food looks like.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Very chef here. You don't get to say that.
Yeah.
I want to know your opinion. Please let me know what you make of what it looks like.
Have a great day.
Bye.